This is part 3 in our series of 10 surprising facts about Iran. Now we're exploring even more interesting and surprising facts about this great country. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and if you haven't seen part 1 or part 2, I have a link to those videos down below so you can check them out. Highly recommend them. And make sure to watch this video until the end because I don't want you to miss any of these facts. So let's just jump right into it, starting at number 10. In Iran, they have like this yogurt thing and it's referred to as Persian milk. And many Iranians look at this yogurt mixture as a miracle food. Like you can use it to actually treat sunburns, you can treat ulcers with it, and it's said to also be able to prolong your life. Some people even use it as a face mask. I did not know anything about this. Now, did you also know that the term Iran, translated into Persian, means land of the Aryans? The Iranian people originally used the term Aryan as an ethnic label, but the definition was then used as a cultural and a religious and a linguistic reference when you start to describe the people of Iran. So the word use just evolved over time. Now, talking about word definitions and all of that, Tehran, which is a capital city of Iran, means a hot place. And of course that name is fitting because the weather in Iran can be very intense. Like it had a record high of 109 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 43 degrees Celsius. Literally, I swear, in that kind of weather, you don't need a stove or an oven to cook food. You just go outside. Your food's cooked. Either way, I don't mind the hot weather. I prefer it a lot more than the cold that we're experiencing right now in Canada. But let's move on to the next fact. So this is an interesting one. For over 30 years, actually, there was a Star of David on the rooftop of the Tehran International Airport's main terminal building. And yeah, the crazy thing is, no one seemed to know about this, or if somebody knew about it, they totally forgot until Google Earth saw it, and that was back in the year 2001. Now, by the time the symbol was discovered, the tiling had long been removed and it left an outline on the rooftop. The Iranian government had ordered the complete removal of it soon after they found out that the symbol was actually there. And of course, you know, the Star of David is associated with Israel. Maybe you knew that, maybe you didn't. For fact number 6, now when you're walking in the streets of Iran, you might start noticing a lot of people doing a lot of polite gestures towards you. Yeah, that's a thing. That's called Tariffs. And it's like a social glue that keeps Iranian culture together and really connects it to its Persian roots. Now that word translates to meeting together, and Tariffs revolves around treating a guest with a lot of respect. It's all about one person refusing things offered to him or her, all in politeness to not come across as greedy. And it said, like, if you're invited over to a buddy's house for dinner or something over in Iran and like you ask for seconds, you're viewed as greedy, and it may have like the opposite effect. So if you actually want more, you say, no, thank you, no, I'm good. And then the host is like, oh, no, sure, eat some more. That is literally the funniest thing, saying the opposite of what you want to actually get what you want. Now, Iran has a lot of public holidays, over 20 actually, and most of the holidays celebrated in Iran are of a religious nature to commemorate the birth or the death of some sort of Shia imam. Now, things get a little confusing because in Iran, they use 3 official calendars. There's the solar Hijri calendar, then the Gregorian calendar, and also they use the Islamic lunar calendar. And guess what? The holidays follow the lunar calendar, and this can really complicate things because holidays don't actually match up with the solar calendar. So the Muslim clerics and leaders, they actually have to calculate the dates for the community differently. Also, another very interesting fact in Iran is that since the year 2012, Iran has used its very own state-controlled internet. And it's like a private intra network for everyone to use, and it doesn't support social media websites like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all that. So if you want to access websites like this, you actually have to get a VPN, which is a virtual private network. I even heard that like Iran does not even stream YouTube, so all the Iranians watching our videos, they're watching either from another country or maybe they got access to a VPN. I found that very interesting because I'm like, why are no views coming from Iran? Barely any anyways. Now, when the first phase of the national internet was actually completed, an inauguration ceremony was held by Iran's communications and information technology minister at the time, who was Mahmoud Vaizi. And the government launched this private network with hopes of providing high-speed and high-quality connections, but at a lower cost. The next thing to know is that many Iranians have been choosing not to marry because of the high cost of weddings and just all sorts of costs and price tags attached attached to the wedding, like leading up to it and even after the wedding. And because cash is tight for a lot of people, the government decided to step in, and they actually came up with this pretty clever solution to combat this. And it works pretty well actually. The government has actually set up an annual fund of $720 million to reduce the cost for couples that want to have a traditional Iranian wedding. They believe that this will encourage more people to actually get married. And in order to get a marriage license, couples also have to attend an hour-long lecture on contraception. Iran also is a home to this massive volcano called the Damab, and it's roughly 43 miles or 70 kilometers from Tehran, the capital. And now the last time it erupted was believed to be 7,300 years ago, and guess what? The volcano is still active to this day. The Damab is the highest volcano in Asia, and it's the highest peak in all of Iran. And this is why it's a very central focal point in a lot of Iranian mythology. It's believed that this volcano symbolizes Iranian resistance against foreign rule and tyranny. Now the final fact I want to share with you guys is some of the rarest and most expensive jewelry in the entire world is actually held by the Treasury of National Jewels in Tehran, Iran. Iran's imperial crown jewel, it's said to be made up of 30 tiaras, a lot of detailed crowns, gems, swords, precious dining sets, all sorts of valuable stuff. And it's said that the crown jewels are so valuable that the country still uses the jewels to actually back the Iranian currency. And the last time they were used in public was before the Iranian Revolution. So yeah, a whole lot we can go into about this country. But yeah, that just wraps up part 3 of 10 surprising facts about Iran. And again, if you haven't seen part 1 or part 2, those links are below in the video description section. I hope you really enjoyed this one. Share your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, all that about Iran or about anything else that I mentioned in this episode, or anything else that you want to talk about. Sound off down below. Now, if you enjoyed this one, here's another video that I recommend. Tap the annotation right here, as well as I got some good stuff below in the video description section for you to click on. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. That way you'll be notified of our daily episodes here on FTD Facts. And it's been great chatting with you guys in this episode. See you tomorrow.